Every 3 seconds, somewhere in the world, a piece of luggage vanishes into the airline abyss. That's over 25,000 bags lost every single day. Wallets, medications, wedding dresses, even life-saving equipment gone in a blink. And here's the brutal truth. Airlines don't want you to know that 90% of these disasters are completely preventable if you understand the hidden systems they never teach passengers. Most people walk into airports thinking, it won't happen to me. But once you're standing alone at the baggage carousel, watching everyone else grab their suitcases while yours is missing, reality hits hard. That's why today I'm exposing 10 insider secrets that airlines hope you stay clueless about. By the end, you'll not only know how to protect your bags, you'll see why the system is quietly designed to profit when travelers make mistakes. Let's start with the nightmare that thieves and baggage handlers already know about. The shocking way your locked suitcase can still be broken into in less than 15 seconds. Number 1. The zipper breach trick airlines never warn you about. Picture this. You've invested in a shiny hard-shell suitcase, you've locked it with a heavy-duty TSA-approved combination lock, and you're convinced your belongings are safe. But here's the ugly truth. Even a fortress-looking bag can be cracked open in under 15 seconds with nothing more than a cheap ballpoint pen. Here's how it works. A thief pushes the pen straight through the zipper teeth, creating a clean slit big enough to slip in a hand. Then, with a quick slide of the zipper pulls back over the puncture, the bag looks completely untouched. Your lock stays in place. No scratches, no signs of forced entry. By the time you notice something's missing, you'll never prove where it happened. This zipper breach isn't some obscure hacker trick. It's a common tactic among airport thieves worldwide. And airlines? They'll shrug and say, no evidence of tampering. Translation, you're out of luck. But savvy travelers have a counterattack that costs less than a latte. Brightly colored zip ties loop through your zippers. These little plastic seals turn your bag into a tamper-evident container. If someone tries the pen trick, they'll have to break the tie, leaving behind clear proof your bag's been touched. Bonus: neon or unusual colored ties also make your bag stand out instantly on the carousel. Keep a pack of them for the return trip and carry a small clipper in your personal item to cut them off. For under $5, you've just shut down one of the most invisible luggage theft methods on Earth. Number 2, the padlock mistake. That backfires. Meet Robert, a frequent flyer from Chicago who thought he was being careful. On his trip to London, he secured his suitcase with a heavy-duty padlock, convinced no one could touch his belongings. When he landed, reality slapped him in the face. The lock was gone, cut clean off by airport security. In its place, a flimsy plastic zip tie. Worse, his expensive camera gear had mysteriously vanished. Here's the harsh reality most passengers never consider. If TSA or international security can't open your lock with their universal master keys, they're legally allowed to destroy it. They don't care if it's titanium or reinforced steel. If it stands in the way, it's coming off. And once your lock is cut, your bag travels the rest of its journey practically naked. The solution? TSA-approved locks. These are designed with built-in access for security agents, meaning they can check your bag and then lock it back up again properly. That keeps your suitcase protected from the real threats, opportunistic thieves waiting down the line. But there's a smarter detail that separates pros from rookies. Always use combination locks instead of key locks. Keys can be lost, copied, or stolen. A 4-digit code stays in your head. Just avoid lazy combos like 000 or 1234. Those are the first guesses thieves try. Here's the psychology behind it. When criminals spot a bag with a TSA lock and a hardened exterior, they see hassle, noise, and wasted time. They'll move on to the weak, unprotected bags. And trust me, there are plenty of those. Number 3, the brutal reality behind the conveyor belts. Ever wonder why baggage handlers themselves almost always use hard-shell luggage when they travel? It's not a coincidence. They've seen what really happens in the hidden guts of the airport, a world most passengers never glimpse. Your suitcase isn't gently rolled from point A to point B. It's hurled across conveyor belts, stacked under crushing loads, dropped from trucks, and sometimes left out on the tarmac under scorching sun or pouring rain. That soft and stylish fabric suitcase you bought for its lightweight convenience? To them, it's practically paper. And here's the part most travelers never think about. A soft-sided bag isn't just more vulnerable to damage, it's a thief's dream. A cheap pocket knife can slice through it in seconds, quietly, without drawing attention. Compare that to a polycarbonate hardshell case. To breach it, thieves need serious tools, time, and they risk making noise. That's not a risk most airport thieves are willing to take. So, what should you look for? Impact-resistant corners, water-sealed zippers, and built-in TSA-approved locks. The newest models are lighter than ever while offering fortress-level protection. Yes, they cost more upfront, but when your electronics, clothes, and souvenirs arrive intact instead of soaked or smashed, you'll realize the investment saves you money and stress. Think of it this way. When baggage handlers, the very people who know the system's brutality firsthand, choose hard shells for themselves, maybe we should take that as a warning written in bold. Number 4, the overstuffed bag trap that TSA loves to catch. We've all been there, kneeling on top of our suitcase, yanking the zipper while praying the seams don't explode. It feels like a victory when it finally closes, but in reality, you've just created a ticking time bomb for your trip. Here's the catch. Bags filled to the brim are magnets for disaster. One rough drop from the conveyor and the zipper bursts, spilling your underwear, toiletries, and private belongings onto the cold, dirty floor in front of dozens of strangers. And that's not even the worst-case scenario. TSA inspectors hate overpacked bags. Why? Because once they unzip it, they can't possibly repack it the way you had it. Items get bent, electronics break, liquids leak, and sometimes they just don't fit back inside at all. Travelers often discover socks missing, souvenirs squashed, or a busted zipper held together with tape. The pros follow a golden rule: never pack beyond 80% capacity. That little breathing room keeps zippers from snapping, gives your belongings space to absorb impacts, and, here's the bonus, it makes your bag far less likely to get flagged for extra screening. Agents can spot a suitcase ready to burst from across the room and they know it's trouble waiting to happen. And let's be honest, you'll probably shop on your trip. Leaving that 20% free space is like giving your future self a gift. Fewer headaches, fewer surprises, and a much smoother journey through security. Number 5, the invisible radar inside your suitcase. Imagine this nightmare. You're at baggage claim, the carousel's slowing down, and your suitcase still hasn't appeared. Panic rises, your chest tightens, and you're already picturing yourself in the airport gift shop buying overpriced underwear and a toothbrush. But what if, instead of begging airline staff to please check the system, you could pull out your phone and say with confidence, "My bag is still sitting at Terminal C in Chicago." That's not science fiction. That's the reality of digital luggage trackers. These pocket-sized devices slip into an inside pocket of your suitcase and sync with your smartphone. If your bag goes missing, you don't wait in helpless confusion. You tell the airline exactly where it is. Suddenly, you're not another name on a lost luggage form. You're the traveler with real-time data demanding action. Here's the kicker. Some premium credit cards now actually reimburse you for luggage trackers as part of their travel benefits. So you might already qualify for this tech without even knowing it. Place the tracker deep enough to protect it from damage, but not so buried that the signal can't escape. It's like giving your bag a digital voice that whispers its location straight into your ear. Because let's face it, in the chaos of modern air travel, information is power. And when your belongings are halfway across the world, power is exactly what you need. Number 6, the secret identity hidden inside your bag. Here's a chilling thought. Once those flimsy airline luggage tags rip off, and trust me, they do all the time, your suitcase instantly becomes just another anonymous black roller bag in a sea of thousands. To the airline, it's practically invisible. That's why smart travelers give their luggage a backup identity, one that never falls off, never gets smeared, and never disappears. The trick? Slip a sealed plastic sleeve inside your suitcase with a full ID card. Not just your name, but your phone number with country code, email address, and the address of your hotel or first destination. Why inside? Because baggage handlers might toss your bag, drag it through rain, or pile it under 200 pounds of other luggage. External tags are the first casualties. But that card inside? Untouchable. Even if your bag gets separated, airport staff can open it and instantly connect it back to you. Think of it like a superhero's hidden identity, your luggage's real name, tucked safely inside. It takes 30 seconds to prepare but can save days of stress, hundreds of dollars in emergency shopping, and in some cases, your entire trip. Here's the twist. In most lost luggage horror stories, it's not the airline's incompetence that ruins vacations. It's the passenger's blind trust in those worthless paper tags. Don't make that mistake. Give your bag an identity it can't lose. Number 7, the digital dossier that outsmarts the airline's rewrite. Picture this. You're standing at the airline counter trying to report your missing suitcase. The staff asks for a description, and all you can say is, "It's a black suitcase with wheels." At that moment, you've just described almost every bag circling through airports worldwide. No wonder recoveries take forever. Now, imagine a different version of that scene. Instead of looking helpless, you pull out your phone and show a full record of your bag. Photos of its exterior from every angle, close-ups of the scratches on the corners, the sticker from your last trip, even snapshots of the contents organized neatly inside. You're no longer the desperate passenger begging for help. You're the investigator handing over undeniable evidence. This isn't just about identification. Those images serve as proof of ownership if you need to file an insurance claim. And because they're stored in the cloud, they're always accessible, even if your phone gets lost or damaged during the trip. In just 5 minutes of preparation before you travel, you turn your suitcase into a case file. That dossier speaks louder than any frustrated words, pushing airlines to act faster and making sure you have the upper hand when your bag goes missing. Number 8, the tiny slip of paper that decides everything. It's amazing how many travelers treat that little baggage claim stub like a useless scrap, shoving it into a pocket or tossing it in the trash. But here's the cold reality. That tiny piece of paper is the only official link between you and your suitcase in the airline system. Lose it, and suddenly you're just another stranger insisting, without proof, that a missing bag belongs to you. Think about it. When your luggage disappears, airlines don't rely on your memory of what your bag looks like. They rely on the claim number, a code that's scanned at every checkpoint your suitcase passes through. Without it, you lose leverage, and in many cases, you lose any chance of compensation. That slip isn't just a receipt. It's legal proof of ownership. Smart travelers don't leave it to chance. The moment they receive a claim check, they take a clear photo of it and send it straight to their email with the date and destination in the subject line. Some even print a copy for international trips, keeping it separate from the original. That way, even if their phone dies or the stub gets crumpled or lost, the evidence lives on in multiple places. And here's the gut punch. In cases where passengers didn't have their claim stub, many walked away with nothing. No luggage, no reimbursement, no justice. The difference between being compensated and being stranded can come down to that one fragile piece of paper most people ignore. Number 9, the insurance myth that could cost you thousands. Most travelers walk into airports with blind faith, believing airlines will make it right if their luggage is lost. The harsh truth? They won't. Airlines have a hard cap on liability, around $3,500 for domestic flights, and often even less for international routes. It doesn't matter if your bag held a wedding gown worth 5 times that or a camera kit you've been saving for years. Once you hit that cap, you're done. That's where the myth shatters. Too many passengers assume general travel insurance will cover the difference, only to discover endless fine print and exclusions. Electronics, jewelry, designer clothes, often excluded. Suddenly, the safety net you thought you had evaporates. The travelers who sleep easy at night take a different path. Specialized baggage insurance. This coverage doesn't care about airline caps. It pays the replacement value of what you actually lost, and even provides immediate emergency funds so you can buy essentials without draining your own pocket. The catch? You can't buy it last minute at the airport. Most policies require purchase at least 24 hours before departure. Here's the twist most people never realize. Some premium credit cards quietly include this superior baggage protection, covering up to $5,000 per traveler. It's hidden in the benefits most cardholders never bother to read, which means you might already have world-class coverage without even knowing it. But unless you check, you'll never know if you're walking into the terminal protected or completely exposed. Number 10, the controversial truth about airline tracking systems. Here's the irony that makes travelers furious. Airlines already have the power to track your suitcase in real time. Most major carriers use RFID tags and digital scan points to log every step of your bag's journey, from check-in to loading, through transfers, and finally to arrival. Operations centers can literally see if your suitcase is still sitting on the tarmac in another city. But here's the kicker. While that information exists, passengers are rarely told it's available to them. Instead, many are left waiting at empty carousels, filing vague missing bag reports, and relying on hope. Only the few who dig into airline apps discover features like Track My Bags, hidden under menus most travelers never check. The difference is night and day. Instead of pacing helplessly, you can open your phone mid-flight, refresh the app, and already know your bag didn't make the connection. You land armed with facts, not guesses. While everyone else waits in line to complain, you're already at the baggage office with screenshots proving exactly where your suitcase is stuck. And that's why this tip sparks controversy. Airlines could push this technology front and center, but they don't. Why? Because the less you know, the less you demand. It's easier for them if passengers stay passive, waiting quietly while systems crawl. The truth is, you're not powerless. You just need to use the very tools airlines keep tucked away in plain sight. Every day, more than 25,000 bags disappear in airports. But here's the truth. Most of those losses are preventable if you know the hidden strategies. We've exposed how thieves can crack zippers in seconds, why padlocks fail, and how overstuffing your bag invites disaster. You learned how trackers, digital dossiers, and even a tiny claim stub can mean the difference between recovery and total loss. And we pulled back the curtain on the insurance myth and the airline tracking data they rarely share. The message is simple. Don't leave your luggage to chance. Use these secrets to stay one step ahead. If this helped you, like, share, and subscribe for more unfiltered travel truths. The next time you fly, you won't just hope your bag survives, you'll know it will.